Hi, thank you for watching. We are now in 1993. We have from the Tom Follietta collection, 3-293, Tasco and City Council letter to the mayor. Residents are having major problems with resolutions of their situation is difficult. Now this is to the congressman, this is to the city council, this is to the city councilwoman and the mayor. 4/29/93 Daily News article, forced out of house, buy it or stay in your sinking home. We were not only pressured, we were threatened. Now this corroborates my story, where they told me this is the settlement you will get. If you don't like it, we will not give you any more. We are shutting the water off to the whole neighborhood. And if you fight us in court and get a lawyer, the fees for the lawyer will come out of what your settlement is. Plus, you will have to pay for the demolition of your house, which will be approximately $35,000. So therefore, you could lose your house and get no money. So play ball with the city. Boy, I think the mob would love to have, organized crime would love to have this kind of power. Take my offer. I got an offer for you, and you're going to take it whether you like it or not. The only thing that's missing is the real old Cadillac or Lincoln that they have with a, cinder block in the trunk and some rope. I mean, the city doesn't do that. That's about the only difference between the city and the mob. But I think the mob is far more just. The mob only robs from people that have tanglings with the mob. The government robs from everybody. 1993. I evicted the tenant for non-payment of rent. She decided, since she was getting $12,000, that she wasn't going to pay the rent. So she didn't pay the rent for 8 months before 4/93. So she said she would pay me when she got her settlement money. She did not. So I had to evict her. Plus, the city was going to turn the order off anyway. So they told me that you have to make it formal that there are no leases on the property. Okay. 1995. Now, this is after I've been forced out of the property. Philadelphia.com article by Roxanne Jones. Linda Starling is a real estate agent for Hugh Gerhard, said housing prices vary. Row homes can be had up to $50,000. There have been problems with relocation. Logan Assistance Court has been plagued by problems in past years. Federal orders have said that the agency made questionable expenditures and dozens of families were placed in shoddy housing. At present, the city owns properties from which families have been relocated, purchased with federal and state money. So that verifies what I've been saying all along, that they were trying to give like-kind housing, that the federal government was involved, the state government was involved, and the local government was involved. But they didn't do what is constitutionally mandated. Take care of the people. We the people. I'm we the people. I hope you are too. 96. I receive a bill for tinning up my house. Now, this is after they told me that I would receive the $60,000 plus the $20,000 without expenditures out of it. So then I recontact the city, and the city says no problem, it's just a formality. They're sending a bill, they're billing the property, and they'll handle paying it. I don't have to pay them. Meanwhile, since '94, I was instructed that part of the deal was that I had to maintain the water bills. They would reimburse me for them and interest. I had to maintain the property taxes. They would reimburse me plus the interest. And that was part of my deal in addition to the original monies. Now, in '96, there's an article in the Daily News that says even the 9/15/96 Daily News article, even the federal government has been suckering unsuspecting buyers, auctioning off homes to whose owners have welched on federal financed loans. City is trying to force HUD to stop. The city is trying to force U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to stop this practice. This is 5 years after they sold the house to me. Okay. Now the property gets demolished in '96, and that's an important date too. In '97, I'm paying the tax bill. In '98, the city issues an imminently dangerous notice. And again, I go downtown, talk to Tasco's office, and I am told, don't worry about it, it's a formality. They need to have a notice that says the house is eminently dangerous. I say, how can it be eminently dangerous when the house does not exist? You people tore it down. We realize that. Don't worry about it, Mr. Danahill. Okay. '98. I received a notice from the city. Now, this is a good 2 years after the house is gone, that they're going to install a water meter in my house. Now, there is no house. It's amazing how government works. '99, I have a letter to Tasco acknowledging the bills. In '99, PIA demands the mayors fix Logan in the remaining 119 days. I believe the mayor at that time was Mr. Rendell. I think Ed Rendell. I think if you look it up, you'll find, you might recognize him. He's on the TV still. In '99, Joan Krajewski, councilwoman, gets funding to completely buy out sinking homes in her district. They bought out a whole block. Now, this is how many years after I've been out of my house, and they're telling me they need money, but they have money to buy out new people whose homes are sinking. I'm not saying that these people don't need to be bought out. Why I'm saying that if you're standing in a grocery line for 5 years and it's moving so slow, then all of a sudden someone comes into the store, picks up a few items, and they put them right in front of you and still haven't serviced you. Does that sound fair? I'm not blaming the people. I'm blaming the government. The government should take people on a first come, first served basis. And the fact that they don't take care of people on a first come, first served basis kind of smells funny. Okay, now we're up to, in the Inquirer in 1999, Katz, who was running for mayor, I believe, says in an article, you can't act like it's not happening, referring to Logan, and you can't act like public action or inaction has not played a role. That's a quite accurate statement. 99, the City Planning Commission wants to enlarge the triangle. They want to take more homes. They've already taken a whole bunch they can't pay for, and they want to take more homes. Meanwhile, I've been paying taxes since I bought the property in 1991. Haven't been allowed to live in it since 1994, 1993, 94. But I'm paying taxes, and I'm paying a loan on this house that I'm not allowed to live in. In fact, the house by 99 doesn't exist. But I'm still paying a loan because that's the kind of people that I respect. People that pay their bills and honor their commitments. New York Times article in 2000 when the Republicans were in town, and I went to the rally at the church. Ruptured utility pipes caused the problem, said Newkirk. Then there was a program at the church when the Republicans were in town, and they were trying to build a project on top of the land where mine and other people's houses stood. And I explained to the group in front of the city representative that was at the function that if the group wanted to help some needy people, that they might buy the land from the people that haven't been paid yet. Because of the 1,000 houses at that time, I believe about 400 people had not been paid. When I explained this back to the church, they mysteriously backed out of the deal. And I was treated differently after that, like a persona non grata, because I had let the little secret out that the government was trying to get somebody to build on top of land that it didn't own yet. It had stripped the land like a parking lot attendant that you leave your car with. You leave your car, he crashes it. Then when you come back to get the car, he says, "Oh, I don't know about your car." So then you constantly call the management. Someday, 20 years later, they return to you this little metal cube. And then they try to give you scrap metal value for your former car. So they have not only confiscated your property, they have used and abused it for 20 years. Then they want a discount for what the property is worth because it's now not what it was when you gave it to them. And they think this is fair. And we'll allude to this story when we get towards the final installment of these. Just remember that story. Time is up. I will make another video. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Joe the Mechanic 5, the number 5, @gmail.com.